if you have your question for this AMA style Whiskey Wednesday, drop that question in the comments. Um, I don't know how this internet thing works, but I'm assuming that it might take a little while for the question that when you hit submit. I don't know if it pops up right away. I don't know what the delay is. So again, hang in there with me. In the meantime, while you are putting your questions in, I am going to answer the question that was submitted via post by Elizabeth. And full disclosure, Elizabeth is my mom, so this should be interesting. So she talks about I'll just read what her post is. It says, "I find that part of growing up has to do with forgiving yourself as well as others from your past. If one is dwelling on old mistakes, isn't it wise to forgive yourself and clean the slate? Then, can you dig past the junk that has been in your way of your true self?" So that's a pretty loaded question, and this is how I'm going to address it. So it seems like, or it sounds like, that there's something that you are needing to acknowledge, okay, rather than forgiving yourself. See, I don't know if we can actually forgive ourselves. I don't know if that actually works. I believe that forgiveness is only received, meaning if we do a wrong, that person that we did the wrong to grants us forgiveness and gives us grace, and we receive that. And their willingness to do that helps salve the pain that we have for inflicting the wound on them. So I don't know if it's really possible to forgive yourself. So the other way that I would put this is that looking at your past, okay, something that maybe you're hung up on, like you called it past junk. If there are things that you have not acknowledged, meaning you have not accepted them, and you have somehow, some way tried to cast blame for what happened or push off and not take ownership for a behavior, a thought, uh, your attitude, whatever it might be, if you haven't taken ownership for that, I think that's where the real power lies here, is that when you take ownership and you fully acknowledge and accept that which you did, you say, yeah, I did that, I was wrong in that, or whatever, or my attitude was pretty crappy, then it almost feels like forgiving yourself. Okay? But it's not truly forgiving yourself, because, like I said, I think forgiveness is only something that you can receive. Yeah? So then, now that you have acknowledged to yourself and maybe to the person or group of people that you need to own that behavior, that choice, that attitude, whatever it might be, as soon as you own that with them, then that allows you to put that down, right? It allows you to take that weight and set it aside. And so it's almost like, it's not almost like, it is exactly like. So for me, for example, when I take a look at my past, and I look at where the false self was trying to control a situation and was trying to get acceptance illegitimately, meaning it wasn't really me, it was my perception of what I thought those individuals wanted from me, for me to gain acceptance from them. When I'm able to strip that away, when I'm able to acknowledge what it was, call it out for what it really is, it's like, oh, I was fake. I was trying to get acceptance. That wasn't the real me. That was inauthentic. It's almost like taking that bag of rocks that you're carrying around and you just set them down on the trail and you keep on walking and you never pick them up again. So, yeah, it could feel like forgiving yourself. But not only that, the more you do that, the more you acknowledge and accept all and take ownership for all of the things that you've done or did or are doing, then yes, you are more likely to find your way to your true self. Okay, so that is my long-winded answer for can you forgive yourself, or you know, uh, for the mistakes that you made in the past. So if you've made mistakes, you need to take ownership for them. If someone has wronged you, you need to forgive them, because it works both ways, right? holding on to um, some type of anger or something towards a person and not forgiving them is just shackling yourself to the event. You're thinking about it, you're dwelling on it, and you're shackled to it. It could be 30 years ago. It's still shackled to you. But as soon as you forgive the person that did that thing to you, that shackle falls off, and now you're able to continue moving forward and growing. So, kind of a long answer to a loaded question, but hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps, and we can discuss that further because you're my mom, and so that I wanted to acknowledge that, full disclosure, and at the same time answer it as honestly and truthfully as I can with what I've learned and where I am at currently in my own growth. So, and as a coach, that's what I'm called to do, is to be real and to be, you know, tell it how it is. So that's hopefully the way it came across. So, what other questions? I know there's some of you that are currently on live with me right now. You have a question? Maybe you don't have a question. If you're here, say what's up. I'm gonna have another sip. Would love to answer more questions. And again, I just thought this would be a fun way for you guys to kind of uh, control the content and get a personalized version of Whiskey Wednesday. In fact, I would highly prefer that every week was this way, but I know it's very difficult for everyone to be here. And so I get that. And next week, it's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed, but next week I'm working on solidifying an interview um, with an individual that I highly respect and who is highly respected in mental toughness and positive mindset, etc. So when I get that locked in and I have it confirmed that we're going to be doing it, I will make the announcement in the group. But next week, more than likely, I'm going to be doing an interview and interviewing another expert. So bringing in some more value to the group for you guys to consume. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll probably be pursuing a whole lot more of individuals in the self-help, counseling, coaching world to bring more value to the group. So it's not just me talking all the time. Although I don't mind it. I actually kind of enjoy it. So, hey, Julie, how are you? Yeah, so too early for whiskey over there? Julie, it's never too early for whiskey. Okay, maybe. I mean, if it's like, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe that's too early. Just kidding. All right, so you got a question. How do you know when opportunities to grow are good versus a distraction? Okay, so that's an interesting question because opportunities to grow are always present. They are always present. And growth is something that um, is not finite, right? Growth is something that we continue. It's ongoing, and so I don't believe that you growing personally is ever a distraction, right? I think that there is opportunity to grow personally from those things that you might be thinking you're distracted from. Meaning, in your case, if you're a business owner and you're trying to, um, you know, work through a project and get something to the finish line and you're trying to grow the business, but you feel this tug towards maybe some personal growth that needs to take place. I guarantee you that the personal growth is the pathway to your business growth. Okay. So I don't know that opportunities to grow are ever a distraction. I think that they are a part of the journey and that um, the lessons come from engaging in the present and what's right in front of you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You're right. Growing personally is never a distraction. There's no doubt about that. So it's like the only way to pursue it is to go through it, right? So live in the present. Whatever's coming up is going to help grow you personally. whatever is going to be in the midst at that moment, regardless of all the other things that might be happening, is an opportunity for personal growth, right? So that goes back to my whole like foundation and premise of awareness. Yeah, you got to have good awareness to be able to grow personally, and awareness happens in the here and now. Now that doesn't mean that you're supposed to be, all aware all the time. No, there's such a thing as like, oops, I did it again. you know, conjuring my best Britney Spears impression there. But it's that post-event awareness. It's like, oh, I was doing it again, or I did that again, right? Even that is awareness, but it's in the present moment. Even though you've already done the thing, the awareness is in the present moment. So yeah, personal growth absolutely is the pathway to your business growth, and it's never a distraction, ever. So, yep, awesome. Living that right now, growing personally as we spoke of on. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. So, keep growing, right? Keep growing. There is no destination in your personal growth, right? Not on this earth anyway. So as you continue to work through all of the aspects of what's happening in the moment, see it as an opportunity, and just go with it. You know. Now there are things that you have to make decisions on. I would say, what are those things that you're engaging in that are pulling you away from the present moment and the thing that's right in front of you to help you grow personally? I think that's an even bigger thing to ask, is like, what are you constantly gravitating towards to avoid the present and not engage in your personal growth? So I think that that concludes our time. Thank you, Julie, for popping on and asking your question. Thank you, Mom, for posting your question earlier. And happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and look forward to next week and continuing this journey with you all. Take care.